Welcome to today's Face to Facts Friday. Our top stories this week: more Joe Rogan anti-vegan propaganda, an activist facing 3 years in jail, the meat industry goes woke, a few more interesting stories, then it's time for our meat flakes of the week, where I'll respond to the dumbest shit I've seen from meat eaters and more over the last week. I hope you know I hate you. Let me know you're ready to start this week's Face to Facts Friday by liking the video now, and let's start with the first story. Joe Rogan is back at it again with the anti-vegan BS. He shared this story about a vegan who avoided getting the thing and who ended up dying from the other thing, both things that we can't really say on YouTube anymore. It's a tragic story and my heart goes out to this guy's family. I can't imagine what they're going through. Using a tragic story like this to push some kind of anti-vegan agenda though, I mean, that's low. Millions of people, including vegans, haven't had the thing and have fully recovered from being sick without it. Why focus on this story when it doesn't reflect the reality of the situation? That's because it fits his agenda. It reminds me of when that vegan climber died on an Everest hike and the media took it as an opportunity to shit on vegans, ignoring the fact that there are vegans who've climbed Everest multiple times and that way more non-vegans have died on Everest than vegans. So it's just really messed up on all accounts. What? What do you mean it wasn't him? What, it's like a fake tweet? Right, but someone else actually posted this though. But it wasn't. Who was it then? This post didn't come from Joe Rogan, although maybe he still might make it. This post actually came from Plant-Based News. Yeah, Plant-Based News made this exact post on Instagram, then turned off the comments claiming it was to respect the family. Respect the family? How was this shit respectful in any way? I love Plant-Based News. I use their stories every week in my videos. I've had dinner with the founder. They're good people. They're a great team. But this post is something you expect from mainstream news that regularly shit on people for clicks and money. How is this post by them any different from the posts about the vegan who died on Everest? Really? Imagine if Plant-Based News was against driving cars. Imagine they think people shouldn't drive because it's dangerous and there's a chance you'll be in an accident that could kill you. Now let's imagine there's a vegan who says, no, I refuse to stop driving. I want to keep driving. I prefer to drive, and I prefer to drive to get to animal rights events. I don't like taking public transport. Say that vegan then dies in a car crash. Is it okay for Plant-Based News to now make a post saying vegan who avoided public transport because he preferred to drive his own car to animal rights events dies in car crash? Why would you make that post when you know the majority of people who drive don't die in car crashes? You'd only make that post if you were anti-vegan or if you were happy to shit on vegans for your anti-car agenda. All of that being said, I have no doubt that Plant-Based News made this post with nothing but good intentions, but come on guys, this is insensitive at best and completely fucked up at worst. I'd love to see Plant-Based News cover this next story though. Animal rights activist Wayne Shising is facing 3 years in prison for doing something unthinkable, disgusting, just outright unlawful, and totally dangerous. He rescued a sick baby goat from a goat meat farm. He might have to spend 3 years in prison with rapists, murderers, and other violent criminals because he saved a sick baby goat's life. He rescued an animal that wouldn't have made the farmer any money because they were sick. It would have been killed and thrown in the trash because that's what meat farmers do with sick baby animals. He might be going to jail for saving the goat from that. Whether you agree or disagree with vegans, you have to admit this is fucking ridiculous. The only reason it's happening is because the animal ag industries have been working their way into the government over decades, and they can flex their muscles on certain politicians to get them to do stupid shit like this. Do you support that? No? Then stop supporting animal agriculture. Get a free vegan starter pack in the pinned comment and learn how to live healthily without funding these scumbags. They're really going to try everything they can to stay relevant and keep people buying their products, and our next story shows some of this. Smithfield is one of the largest meat producers in the world, and they've recently launched a diversity, equity, and inclusion program to support Black and other minority farmers as it diversifies its hog supply chain. I wondered how long it'd take for Animal Ag to try to go woke, and well, here we are. They've just started working with an African-American family who are descendants of a man who escaped enslavement and started farming in 1883. And they've helped that family start farming pigs again. Because nothing says redemption like enslaving other animals and killing them. We don't need less people forcibly breeding, abusing, and slitting animals' throats for nothing but taste, pleasure, and convenience. What we really need is more Black people doing it. Why didn't I think of that? That's true justice, everyone. That's true justice. Speaking of true justice or complete lack of it, this next story is so ridiculous, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Back in 2015 in Mumbai, India, 2 men brutally killed a stray dog by hitting them with a metal rod. Why did they do it? Because they're scum. 100% complete fucking scum. They were caught on CCTV and taken to court. Now, 7 years later, the court has finally made a decision on how to punish them. It took 7 years to get to this, so what are we expecting? A long prison sentence? A huge fine? No. They were ordered to spend 1 month working at an animal charity. Ordering them to work at an animal charity isn't a bad idea, but 1 month? The fuck are they gonna learn in 1 month? That's not a punishment. It's a minor inconvenience. 1 year would have been something. 3 years would have been transformative for them, maybe. But 1 month? They've already had 7 years of freedom since what they did. And all you're going to give them is a measly 1 month of public service. I honestly don't know whether to laugh or cry. It's so bad, it's almost funny. Think about how worthless an animal's life has to be if you can brutally kill them and that's your only punishment. This is the world we live in right now. And it's only going to get better if the people who give a shit keep speaking up and pushing forward. The good news is there is a really easy way that you can speak up for the animals right now. We the Free is a new exciting street activism organization that's offering a chance for vegans like you to help the animals in an easy and effective way. They hold events to attract the public's attention by showing clips from documentaries like Dominion. Then they talk to the members of the public who come over to watch and try to encourage them to go vegan. Working like this means you're way more likely to speak to someone who's already interested in animals. That means there's a higher chance that you could convince them to go vegan. We the Free is also offering training for vegans wanting to do more for the animals. If you've never done this before, this is your place to go. They have training, and they even have a system where you can find out what people did after your conversations. Like, for example, did you convince someone to watch Dominion? Did you convince them to sign up for a vegan challenge? You can find out with the system they have in place. How cool is that? You can find out if there's a We the Free group in your area on their website. It's www.activism.wtf, and you can start a group by contacting the team. They'll give you 100% full support in getting it set up. Check the link in the description and get started today. We've got a few more stories, then I'm going to respond to some dumb shit from our meat flakes of the week. If you're enjoying the video and you also don't want 10 years of bad luck, you need to subscribe to the channel, guys, because if you don't subscribe, I don't make the rules. You get 10 years of bad luck. Hit that subscribe button now so that doesn't happen, all right? I want you to have a good life. Subscribe. Some interesting news from the meat industry as the world's largest meat producer, JBS, is launching a realistic plant-based chicken under the vegan brand, plant-based brand of their company. Listen to what their CEO has to say about it. As time goes on, the demand for protein will only continue to increase and the world won't be able to satisfy that demand with meat-based products alone. With chicken being the most popular protein in the US, it was clear that we needed to create a plant-based option where people don't have to sacrifice this mealtime favorite and have a more sustainable option. Plantera, which is the plant-based arm of this company, is always aiming to provide delicious, sustainable solutions that are good for people and the planet, and our True Bite chicken cutlets and shreds will do just that. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Sounds a lot like a massive company trying to squeeze profits out of people wanting to reduce consumption of meat. But then again, I guess it's better than them just continuing killing as many animals as possible, right? These guys have been killing animals for meat since 1855, so I guess we can look at the positive here. If a company that's been doing this for over 100 years can start to change, maybe the meat industry could transform into something that doesn't breed and kill animals for profit at some point in the future. And in our next story, I think we found our meat flake of the year. It's one thing to leave your little triggered meat flake comments on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, but it's another thing to be so triggered you start an entire business off the back of being a little meat flake. This numpty has launched an anti-vegan lifestyle brand called Not Vegan Friendly. Listen to what he had to say. I wanted to create a brand which is very clearly not suitable for vegans and make an unequivocal statement that I'm proud not to be a vegan. Vegans are frequently a very loud and often preachy minority, but the truth is just 3% of the UK population are vegans, so we're here to stand up for the vast majority of people who eat meat. Oh, what a hero you are, mate. Protecting 97% of the UK population from vegans who want to convince you to stop abusing animals. Have you ever heard of anything so selfless, so brave, so courageous? It's a good job the public have you to help them stand up against that 3% of animal lovers, mate. As his website says, not all heroes wear capes, and honestly, I couldn't agree more. All hail the meat flake king of England. You've truly earned this prestigious title, you fucking goon. And now that brings us nicely onto your favorite part of Face the Facts Friday. It's time for our meat flakes of the week. I want to say I am anti-David Rams. Well, I've heard of anti-vegans. I've heard of anti-lots of things, but I'm actually feeling pretty... I'm feeling quite emotional, actually. I've never had someone like anti-David Rams. I mean, this... I've made it. It's all downhill from here, guys. How could I top that? Let's start an anti-David Ram society. I would fucking love that. That would be fantastic. Well, I'd rather talk to a pick-me vegan than some tosser telling me what I do or eat is wrong. Well, of course, you'd rather listen to a pick-me vegan. That's the whole point of being a pick-me vegan. They want to be liked. So it's no surprise that you like them more than the ones who aren't pick-me's, like the ones who, you know, hold you accountable for being a selfish piece of shit, David. You should say sorry to your mum for being a dumbass. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, if your own mum doesn't answer the phone, how much of a loser do you have to be?
You're on loudspeaker.
Oh, you're driving? Yeah. So I just wanted to tell you, I'm sorry for being a dumbass. There's a guy on YouTube that wants me to tell you that he said you should say sorry to your mum for being a dumbass. So, yeah, I'm doing that.
What have you done?
Oh, no, he just doesn't like vegans.
He needs to grow up and stop showing flaming equality. He needs to grow up.
He needs to grow up her. All right, cheers. There you have it. Shut up with your vegan bullshit. Delete my comment and move on. No, I'm not going to delete your comment. I'm going to include you in Meat Flakes of the Week. Delete your own fucking comment if you regret it, buddy. You are a sick and lonely person. Your real name is Karen. Your sensitivity is pathetic. It's like they're just typing the worst things they can think of, that the things that they think are going to be really offensive. It just shows more about them than it does me, doesn't it? So I have an idea. Why don't zoos give lions and other wild animals vegan food? Why don't they do that? Interesting. Could it be that they'll fucking die? Don't get me wrong though, if technology got to a point where we can produce food for those animals that keeps them at optimal health without killing other animals, I would hope that we would do that. Don't sponsor this vegan freak. It's evident the spirit of disobedience and doubt is at work in him. Pray for him that the truth may be revealed to him by the grace of God. How is it wrong to have the spirit of disobedience and doubt? Why would you want to obey? Who are you talking about? Who should I obey? And what is it? Doubt? You don't want to doubt anything? Dude, if you were to fall in line and do what everyone tells you should do, that's your problem. But I'd say you're a fucking coward if you do that. You should be disobedient and you should doubt everything. You should look for evidence for everything that's going to make you make important decisions. Don't just float through life making decisions based on how you feel or what people tell you is true. Figure it the fuck out for yourself, man. And don't look to the grace of God to give you all the answers either. Several examples of Jesus eating fish in the New Testament. Was Jesus uncompassionate and unenlightened? Jesus was alive thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, they didn't really have that advanced information on nutrition. What was the average life expectancy? Probably what, 35 if you're lucky? Don't base your lifestyle and nutritional decisions on what people 2,000 years ago were doing. I eat double meat, so one vegan's difference don't make a difference. You don't do that though, do you? You're a fucking loser. Imagine living your life thinking like that. Like, I'm gonna do this because some vegan somewhere who will never know about this is gonna cancel out what they're doing. Like, I'm gonna live my life that way. How much of an absolute pathetic loser do you have to be to do that? Hey, you vegan, eat a burger. Not a vegan burger, a real burger from cows. Yeah, I got that. Like, when you say eat a burger to a vegan, it's pretty much assumed that you mean the animal meat. You wouldn't say to a vegan, eat a vegan burger, would you? Because you're a troll. You're a little lame little meat flake triggered troll. So of course you meant the meat burger. Do you fuck that vegan teacher in bed? Why so specific? The in bed bit. Nowhere else? Fuck vegans because they hurt plants. I love meat. Classic. I love meat. It's such like the Neanderthal comment, isn't it? It's like the only thing that it's like a collective dumb hive mind where they have to put it in there in most of these comments. Like, I see that way more often than anything else, but I get bored of just repeating it over and over again in the meat flakes of the week. So I usually leave those I love meat comments out, but yeah, they're in like almost every comment. I hope you know I hate you. Thanks for the comment on my video. Hate watch my videos from minute 1 to minute 10 to the end of the videos. Hate watch them. Urgh, you hate me so much. Just watch them and like and dislike and comment and leave loads of comments. Please, like, show me how much you hate me. Come on. On a serious note though, bro, you shouldn't be going around randomly hating people on YouTube just because they said something you disagree with. If your life is really full of hatred and negativity to the point where you hate me because I talk about the animals, you hate me because I'm trying to get people to go vegan, it really doesn't say a lot of good things about you. Take a look inside yourself and say, hey, am I happy? And if the answer's no, maybe spend a bit of time thinking about why that is, mate. Go and do something you enjoy. Go and do something you like. Get out of the house. Go for a walk. Come on. Look after yourself here. Look after yourself. Get down in the comments and tell me what you thought about this week's video. And if you enjoy my content, well, you can get access to exclusive videos that will never be here on YouTube. All you've got to do is join the Patreon team. It's patreon.com/David Rams. You can become a member of the David Rams team, which means you'll be supporting me and my work, and you'll get access to exclusive videos and exclusive posts that no one else will ever see. So that's a great deal. That's a win-win. Check out the Patreon team. Keep calling out that bullshit, and I'll see you all in the next video.